Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel for another video. So last week I did a really small short video of my library tour. So this week I wanted to show you my bookshelves and do a bookshelf tour. So that's pretty much just going to be the concept. I have 6 bookshelves I'm going to show you, and 4 of them are completely filled. So it's going to be kind of a long video, but I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get right on to it. So on the top of the bookshelf that I have, there is a music box and 2 stuffed animals. Light as a Feather by Zoe Arson, Aesop's Fables by Aesop, The Hazelwood and the Night Country, both by Melissa Albert, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, I Will Always Write Back by Caitlin Alvarenga and Martin Ganda, Never Always Sometimes by Adia El-Said, Because You Love to Hate Me, edited by Anne-Marie and written by 13 plus authors. Winter Girls by Laurie Hales Anderson, Fever 1793 by Laurie Hales Anderson, The Shadow Girl by Jennifer Archer, The Cold Is in Her Bones by Peter Van Arsdale, 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, Life After Life by Kate Atkinson, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by Jane Austen and Seth Grahame-Smith, Alone by Sin Balong, The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill, Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, A Once Upon a Time Tale Reawakened by Odette Bien, The Looking Glass Wars, and then from the next shelf down, Seeing Red and Arch Enemy, all by Frank Bador, Frozen 2, Forest of Shadows by Camilla Benico, What She Left Behind by Tracy Billen, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Heart of the Moors by Holly Black, The Cruel Prince, also by Holly Black, The Raft by S.A. Bowden, Once Again by Liz Braswell and Cameron Doki, A Whole New World, As Old as Time, Straight On Till Morning, Part of Your World by Liz Braswell, Once Upon a Dream, and Unbirthday, all part of the Twisted Tales series, also by Liz Braswell. The Diviners and Lair of Dreams by Leba Bray, World War Z by Max Brooks, Hate List by Jennifer Brown, Books 7 and 8 of the Sisters Grimm series, The Ever After War and the Inside Story by Michael Buckley, and The Girls with No Names by Serena Burdick. On the third shelf we have The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgins Burnett, Conceal Don't Feel and Mirror Mirror, also part of the Twisted Tales series, by Jen Kalanta, What Happened That Night by Dina Cameron, Hush, It's a Game by Patricia Carlon, Two Lies and a Spy by Kat Carlton, Graceling, Fire, and Bitter Blue by Kristen Kishore, Marked, Betrayed, Chosen, Untamed, and Tempted, all by PC Cast and Kristen Cast, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, Minions, the Junior Novel by Sadie Chesterfield, The Night Tiger by Yangzi Chu, Stolen by Lucy Christopher, A Poison Dark and Drowning by Jessica Cluess, Shelter by Harlan Coben, and the first 3 books in the Land of Stories series, The Wishing Spell, The Enchantress Returns, and A Grim Warning by Chris Colfer. And the fourth and last shelf on this bookshelf starts off with the last 3 books in the Land of Stories series, Beyond the Kingdoms, An Author's Odyssey, and Worlds Collide by Chris Colfer, The Land of Stories, The Ultimate Book Hugger's Guide, and Adventures from the Land of Stories, Creed Red Riding Hood's Guide to Royalty, and The Mother Goose Diaries by Chris Colfer, the first 2 books in A Tale of Magic series, A Tale of Magic and A Tale of Witchcraft, also by Chris Colfer, the Hunger Games trilogy, which consists of The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, all by Suzanne Collins, The Face on the Milk Carton and Whatever Happened to Janie by Carolyn B. Cooney. Mechanica and Venturous by Betsy Cornwell. Holding Smoke by Elle Cosmino. Briar and Rose and Jack by Catherine Colville. Blood Rose and Nightshade by Andrea Creamer. How She Died, How I Lived by Mary Crockett. And the last book on this bookshelf is Bud Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. To start off the first shelf on our next bookshelf, we have The Mighty Miss Malone by Christopher Paul Curtis. The Watsons Go to Birmingham, also by Christopher Paul Curtis. The Fire Within by Chris DeLacy. We have the Bailey School Kids series, Vampires Don't Wear Polka Dots. Werewolves Don't Go to Summer Camp. Ghosts Don't Eat Potato Chips. Aliens Don't Wear Braces. Pirates Don't Wear Pink Sunglasses. Witches Don't Do Backflips. Cupid Doesn't Flip Hamburgers. Elves Don't Wear Hard Hats. Dracula Doesn't Play Kickball. Super Special Number 1, Mrs. Jeepers is Missing. Super Special Number 2, Mrs. Jeepers' Batty Vacation. Super Special Number 3, Mrs. Jeepers' Secret Cave. Super Special Number 5, Mrs. Jeepers' Monster Class Trip. Mrs. Claus Doesn't Climb Telephone Poles. And Santa Claus Doesn't Mop Floors, all by Debbie Dady and Marcia Thornton Jones. Matilda by Roald Dahl. This Book is Gay by Juno Dawson. Girl A by Abigail Dean. The Girl Before by J.P. Delaney. Here We Do A to Z Ultimate Joke Book by Howie Dewin and M.J. Barba. Blind by Rachel D. Wonskin. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. Beauty and the Beast, Lost in a Book by Jennifer Donanelli. These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donanelli. Stepsister and Poisoned, also by Jennifer Donanelli. Room by Emma Donoghue. Brilliant by Roddy Doyle. Don't Look Behind You by Lewis Duncan. I Hate Everyone But You by Gabby Dunn and Allison Raskin. Room Number 10 by Ake Edwardson. And the last book on our first shelf is Grace Is Gone by Emily Elgar. To start off the second shelf, we have If You Knew Her by Emily Elgar. The Roanoke Girls by Amy Engel. The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. Madhouse by Miguel Estrada. This Is Not a Werewolf Story by Sandra Evans. The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring. The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. The Joyous Gift of Puppy Love by Jim Fletcher. Blueberry Muffin Murder, Christmas Cake Murder, and Cinnamon Roll Murder, all by Joanne Fluke. Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. Hold My Hand by M.J. Ford. If I Stay and Where She Went, both by Gail Foreman. Bryant and May and the Bleeding Heart by Christopher Fowler. This Is How It Always Is by Laurie Frankel. The Box Set by Neil Gaiman, which includes The Graveyard Book, Fortunately the Milk, and Coraline. Scooby-Doo and the Headless Horseman by James Gelsey. The Gift of Darkness by V.M. Giambanco. Pictures of Hollis Woods by Patricia Riley Giff. And the last book on this shelf, The Forgotten Book by Mekhil Glazer. The first book on the third shelf is Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. How to Make Friends in the Dark, also by Kathleen Glasgow. The Princess Bride by William Goldman. Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. Paper Towns by John Green. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. 12 Days at Bleakley Manor by Michelle Greer. Where I Want to Be by Adele Griffin. The Orange Houses by Paul Griffin. The Essential Grimm's Fairy Tales by the Brothers Grimm. The Truth About Us by Janet Gertler. Missing Pieces by Heather Gudenkauf. 2 books from My Weirder School Days, Miss Child Has Gone Wild and Miss Mary is Scary, both by Dan Gutman. Took by Mary Downing Hahn. Nightfall by Jake Halpern and Peter Gawinski. The A to Z of You and Me by James Hanna. Sick Girl by Rachel Hargrove. Fashion Kitty by Charis Miracle Harper. The Magic Misfits, the second story, and The Magic Misfits, the minor third, all by Neil Patrick Harris. The last 3 books on this shelf are all by Charlene Harris, and they are part of the Aurora Teagarden Mysteries. We have Real Murders, A Bone to Pick, and 3 Bedrooms, 1 Corpse. To start off the 4th and last shelf on this bookshelf, we have other 3 books by Charlene Harris, also part of the Aurora Teagarden Mysteries. Dead Over Heels, Last Seen Alive, and Poppy Done to Death. Also by Charlene Harris, Grave Sight and Grave Surprise. Serafina and Shadow Scale by Rachel Hartman. Also by Rachel Hartman, Tess of the Road. Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Breathing Room by Marcia Hales. Twisted by Bonnie M. Hennessy. Sea Witch and Sea Witch Rising, both by Sarah Henning. The Girl I Used to Be by April Henry. The Lonely Dead by April Henry. Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. After the Fire by Will Hill. The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. And then to finish off this bookshelf, we have The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer and The Evolution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hopkin. To start off this bookshelf, we have the last book in the Mara Dyer series, The Retribution of Mara Dyer, also by Michelle Hodkin. Sherlock Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle by Sherlock Holmes. The Odyssey by Homer. The You I've Never Known by Ellen Hopkins. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Splintered, Unhinged, Ensnared, and Untamed, all by A.G. Howard. Ripple by Mandy Hubbard. The Rains and Last Chance by Greg Hewerts. The Locket by Stacey J. Truly, Madly, Deadly by Hannah Jane. Twisted by Hannah Jane. The Escape by Hannah Jane. The Fifth Season, The Obelisk Gate, and The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. What We Hide by Martha Jocelyn. Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. Light Filters In and When the World Didn't End by Carolyn Kaufman. Milk and Honey and The Sun and Her Flowers by Ruby Kaur. The Swift Boys and Me by Cody Keplinger. The Mist by Stephen King. The House in the Carolean Sea by T.J. Klune. And the last book on this shelf, We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. First book to start off this shelf, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Steg Larsson. The House by Christina Lauren. When by Victoria Laurie. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. WTF by Peter Larangis. Marley's Ghost by David Leviathan. 2 more books from the Twisted Tales series, Reflection and So This Is Love by Elizabeth Lim. House of Dark Shadows, Watcher in the Woods, Gatekeeper, Timescape, Whirlwind, and Frenzy, all by Robert Lepero. 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott, Mickey Daughtry, and Tobias Inkinson. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. The Princess Saves Herself in this one by Amanda Lovelace. The Marvelous Magic of Miss Mabel by Natasha Lowe. Making Rounds with Oscar by David Dosa, M.D. Rotten Ruin, Dust and Decay, Flesh and Bone, Fire and Ash, and Bits and Pieces, all by Jonathan Mayberry. Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi, What the Dickens by Gregory Maguire, Bird Box by Josh Mellerman, and the last book on this shelf, Hunting Prince Dracula by Kerri Maniscalco. To start off the third shelf, we have Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco, Year of the Wicked by Jeff Marionette, The Mountain Between Us by Charles Martin, The Birthday Mystery by Faith Martin, How to Hang a Witch and Haunting the Deep by Adriana Mather, Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson, Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, Cut by Patricia McCormick, The Haunting of Sunshine Girl, The Awakening of Sunshine Girl, and The Sacrifice of Sunshine Girl by Paige Mackenzie, One of Us is Lying and One of Us is Next by Karen M. McManus, Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus, 10 by Gretchen McNeil, Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Blood Promise, Shadow Kiss, Spirit Bound, and Last Sacrifice, all by Rochelle Mead. For the last couple of books on this shelf, we have The Ocean Fairies, A Book from the Princess Fairies, The Fashion Fairies, The Baby Animal Rescue Fairies, The Party Fairies, and The Fun Day Fairies, all by Daisy Meadows. To start off this shelf, we have the rest of the Rainbow Magic Fairies, which include the Dance Fairies and the Night Fairies, Heartless by Marissa Meyer, Elemental Secrets by Elle Middaugh, Mask of Shadows and Ruin of Stars by Lindsay Miller, Circe by Madeline Miller, The Perfect Stranger by Megan Miranda, All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. The next series we have is the Whatever After series, which includes Fairest of All, If the Shoe Fits, Sink or Swim, Dream On, Bad Hair Day, Cold as Ice, Beauty Queen, and Once Upon a Frog, all by Sarah Milonsky. The Girl in the Picture by Alexandra Manor, Long Bright River by Liz Moore, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, Slay by Brittany Morris, the Fablehaven series, including Fablehaven, Rise of the Evening Star, Grip of the Shadow Plague, Secrets of the Dragon Sanctuary, and Keys to the Demon Prison, all by Brandon Lowe. Dumplin by Julie Murphy, A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, and to finish off this bookshelf, we have This Is Where It Ends by Marieke Nijkamp. To start off this shelf, we have All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. Next is the Immortal series, which include Evermore, Blue Moon, Shadowland, Dark Flame, Night Star, and Everlasting, all by Alison Noel. Wish by Barbara O'Connor, The Third Twin by C.J. Al Milano. So the next couple of books I have are the Magic Tree series by Mary Pope Osborne, and those consist of Dolphins at Daybreak, Ghost Town at Sundown, Lions at Lunchtime, Polar Bears Past Bedtime, Vacation Under the Volcano, Day of the Dragon King, Viking Ship at Sunrise, Hour of the Olympics, Tonight on the Titanic, Buffalo Before Breakfast, Tigers at Twilight, Dingoes at Dinnertime, Christmas in Camelot, Haunted Castle on Hallows Eve, and A Perfect Time for Pandas. So the next series I have is the Dorothy Must Die series, which includes Dorothy Must Die, The Wicked Will Rise, Yellow Brick War, and The End of Oz, and those are by Danielle Page. To go along with the Dorothy Must Die series, we have the Dorothy Must Die Stories Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. And those are also by Danielle Page. Stealing Snow by Danielle Page, Wander by R.J. Palacio, The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. The next two books are Junie B. Jones books, Junie B. Jones and Some Sneaky Peeky Spying, and Junie B. Jones and Her Big Fat Mouth, and those are both by Barbara Park. Bridge to Terabithia by Katherine Patterson. Dead Upon a Time by Elizabeth Poulsen. The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. And the last two books on the shelf, The Secret Orphan and The Orphan Thief, both by Glynis Peters. To start off this shelf, we have The Hidden Summer by Jen Phillips, the Shadow House series, The Gathering, You Can't Hide, and No Way Out by Dan Pawlowski. The Essential Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe by Edgar Allan Poe. Awake, The Cabin, and The Cellar by Natasha Preston. The Lake, The Lost, The Twin, and You Will Be Mine, also all by Natasha Preston. His Dark Materials series, The Golden Compass, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass, all by Philip Pullman. Scars by Cheryl Rainfield. Little Big Love by Katie Regan. Sugar by Jewel Parker Rhodes. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. In the Percy Jackson series, we have Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian, all by Rick Riordan. Another series by Rick Riordan, Magnus Chasing the Gods of Asgard, The Sword of Summer, The Hammer of Thor, and The Ship of the Dead. The Secret Messenger by Mandy Robothan, How to Speak Dolphin by Jenny Rorby, Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, and the last book on this shelf, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. The first three books on this shelf, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, and Maleficent, all by Elizabeth Rudnick. Discordia by Dina K. Salmon, Glasstown by Stephen Seville, Plagueland by Alex Scarrow, Spelled, Wanted, and Banished, all by Betsy Shaw, Once in a Full Moon by Ellen Schreiber, The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold, Salt to the Sea by Rhoda Sepetys, Death Mountain by Sherry Shahan, These Vicious Masks, These Vengeful Souls, and These Ruthless Deeds by Taryn Shanker and Kelly Zegaz. Okay, so the next couple of books are all part of the Pretty Little Liars series, which include Allie's Pretty Little Lies, Pretty Little Liars, Flawless, Perfect, Unbelievable, Pretty Little Secrets, Wicked, Killer, Heartless, Wanted, Ruthless, Crushed, Deadly, Toxic, and finally Vicious, and those are all by Sarah Shepard. The final book on the shelf is Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Sheltery. The first four books on this shelf are part of the Alice in Zombieland series, Alice in Zombieland, Through the Zombie Glass, The Queen of Zombie Hearts, and A Mad Zombie Party, all by Gina Showalter. Rump, The True Story of Rumpelstiltskin by Liesl Chertoff. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. Then I have the series of unfortunate events, which includes The Bad Beginning, The Reptile Room, The Wide Window, The Miserable Mill, The Hostile Hospital, The Carnivorous Carnival, The Slippery Slope, The Grim Grotto, The Penultimate Peril, and The End, all by Lemony Snicket. Call It Courage by Armstrong Sperry, Jake and Lily by Jerry Spinelli, The Broken Girls by Simon St. James, Drowning is Inevitable by Shalenda Stanley, Never Let You Go by Chevy Stevens, Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. The last couple of books on the shelf are all part of the Geronimo Stilton series, which include The Kingdom of Fantasy, The Quest for Paradise, The Amazing Voyage, The Dragon Prophecy, The Volcano of Fire, The Search for Treasure, The Enchanted Charms, The Hour of Magic, The Wizard's Wand, and The Ship of Secrets. Let's start it off. We have more Geronimo Stilton books, A Christmas Tale, Mouse Overboard, The Secret of Cackleford Castle, and The Way of the Samurai. Then we jump into the Thea Stilton books, The Cloud Castle, Thea Stilton and the Tropical Treasure, Thea Stilton and the Chocolate Sabotage, Thea Stilton and the Great Tulip Heist, Mouseford Academy, Dance Challenge, Mouseford Academy, A Mouseford Musical, Mouseford Academy, Mice Take the Stage. and that finishes up with these known books. Then we have Goosebumps, Night of the Living Dummy by R.L. Stine, and then the Goosebumps Most Wanted series, Planet of the Lawn Gnomes, Son of Slappy, How I Met My Monster, Frankenstein's Dog, and Dr. Maniac Will See You Now. And those are also all by R.L. Stine. And then the final Goosebumps book I have is The Campfire Collection by R.L. Stine. The June Boys by Court Stevens, Sadie by Courtney Summers, Alice in Wonderland by T.T. Sutherland, The Chestnut Man by Soren Sveistrup, Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares, both by Laini Taylor, Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor, Killer Pizza by Greg Taylor, Smile, Sisters, and Guts, all by Raina Taildreamer, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, Little Monsters by Kara Thomas, The 9 Lives of Chloe King, The Fallen, The Stolen, and The Chosen, all by Celia Thomas. And then the final few books on the shelf are the Never Girls series, In a Blink, The Space Between, A Dandelion Wish, From the Mist, A Pinch of Magic, Before the Bell, On the Trail, Into the Waves, and In the Game, all by Kiki Thorpe. And for the last bookshelf I have, we start off with Once Upon a Time, Red's Untold Tale, and Regina Rising, both by Wendy Tulliver. In the Serpent's Coils by Tiffany Trent, Fairest of All, and The Beast Within, both by Serena Valentino. The List by Sia Van Vivian, The Candy Darlings by Christina Walday, The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton, The Girl from Raw Blood by Katrina Ward, The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware, The Life and Death Parade by Eliza Wass, Break My Heart 1,000 Times by Daniel Waters, Bad Girls with Perfect Faces and Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls, both by Lynn Weingarten, Paw Power by Kitty Wells, A Smidgen of Sky by Diana Joris Wingett, Dead Girls Don't Lie by Jennifer Shaw Wolfe, Dealing with Dragons, Searching for Dragons, Calling on Dragons, and Talking to Dragons, all by Patricia C. Werde, Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia, Goodbye Days by Jeff Sendmore, Poison by Bridget Zinn, Once Upon a Time, Henry and Violet by Michelle Zink, The Fifth Wave, The Infinite Sea, and The Last Star, all by Rick Yancey, The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, and the final 2 books I have on my bookshelves are Everything Everything and The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Alright guys, this has been a very, very long video, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all the books on my bookshelves. There are over 550, as the title says, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all my books. You guys should let me know if there's any videos you want to see or anything else, and I'll see you in my next video soon. Bye!